Hi, hello everyone, and welcome to today's new class on simple practices. We start with the attitude of curiosity, right? Curiosity. Taking a minute for everyone to connect and we're curious. Usually I would go happy or simple or peace. Today it's curiosity. I want to know. Curiosity doesn't come easy to everyone. Most of us, but not everyone. This desire to know something more is not given to everyone. And it's also a question of time. Sometimes you don't want to know more. You just want to freaking stop suffering. But curiosity is a good attitude to cultivate. Curiosity killed the cat, but for a while I was a suspect. Curiosity is useful when it's oriented inside. There's many mysteries in nature. There's many secrets that our body holds about ourselves. If you are at peace, happy, or depressed, it's not just an emotional state. It could be affected by your body too. Curiosity is a good thing to just ponder, contemplate. Wanting to know. We've often heard the phrase, listen to your body. It's something you can do, like pay attention to your body. Is it expressing a bio experience that means something for you? That way of acquiring information will be slow if you want, because the body does not use words. Now, if you get words in your mind from your body, it is your intellect or your subconscious that does the interpretation. So here's the thing about curiosity. Without curiosity, you only get information when you pay attention long enough. If you want to understand something or know something, you have to focus on it. And the moment you stop focusing, you don't care anymore. You are back to not having information. Curiosity is a feeling that is persistent. Curiosity makes you want to know more. So if you contemplate the idea of being curious of what your body experiences, that curiosity will maintain your attention. Subconsciously, you will still be paying attention to what your body has to express to you. So curiosity is what we contemplate. Curiosity is a feeling and an attitude, and it basically asks your subconscious, keep wanting to know more. So we just contemplate curiosity, specifically in this case, the dialogue of the body, its bio experiences. Now, if you nourish curiosity and focus it on a topic you enjoy, astrophysics, yeah, let's take a random topic. If you're curious about astrophysics, whenever you look at the sky, you're not going to be necessarily artistic or poetic about it. You could, but not necessarily. But if you're curious about astrophysics, when you look at the sky, you'll be wondering about the laws that govern it. Physics and chemistry in space. If you're curious about plants, if it's something that interests you, when you walk in the woods, you look at plants in a completely different way than anyone who is not curious about plants. Just, I walk in the woods, I enjoy the fresh air, the sound of nature, stuff like that. Immersive experience. But if you're curious about plants, you see the different plants. You have interest about naming them. I mean, it keeps you hooked on that information. So curiosity about what is the language of the body. It will maintain your attention on the body, and it will keep you listening. It will keep you aware. Now, we do this with bio experience of the body for today's exercise. Then you can apply curiosity to anything. It's a way to ask your subconscious, focus on that direction. Keep your interest here or there. And you will keep acquiring information because your mind will be working on it constantly, a bit. So now that we have an explanation, we move to practice. For a few weeks now I've been doing practices and I really enjoy it. I mean in class, teaching you different things. So curiosity towards the body and its way of communicating. It is mysterious, of course. What? The body communicates? I can hear the sounds. But yes, it communicates to feelings in your flesh. Yeah. It takes time. You'll get it. Right? Listen to the body's dialogue, its feelings. Incarnate, meaning you pay attention to the body being in it. Not just like, it's not like if you're in your mind and you're looking down into your body like some stranger. You are your body. And as consciousness, you are inside the body, incarnate, present. So fill your body with your consciousness. Feel it, live it, incarnate. And be curious, intentionally, we take a moment to practice that. Incarnation, desiring to understand it. Sometimes we will interpret what the body is experiencing with our intellect. It actually is useful to do that. But it doesn't mean that it will be accurate. You understand? To properly understand the body, you need some knowledge about basic health, biology. Intellectual knowledge is good. But you also need to listen to the feelings. Your body will tell you. Like the other day I had a headache. I was wondering if it was control, like in the past months or years. But this time my liver was acting up or sending me information. So I listened. And I allowed my intellectual creativity, if you want, to deduct what could be going on. So of course, my mind was involved. Sorry, translators, I'll slow down. My liver was telling me through just a feeling, an experience, an intoxicant. Like you ate too much shit. Okay. Sugar rush, basically, in this case. Too much sugar and fat at the same time. Well, that's dessert. I had 2 or 3 or 4 that day. I didn't feel like eating apples. So yeah, the headache was related to the liver, the intoxicants. It was nice. So, oh yeah, I feel like crap in my body because I put crap in my body. It was one of those days. Instead of taking care of my health, I used food as a denial. It is so pleasant on the moment, is it? When it enters your mouth, the feeling, and then you feel like shit in your body. Not always, but sometimes. So that day, yeah, that's an example. Paying attention to my body and the curiosity, getting used to maintain some attention on my body constantly. Yeah. Subconscious does that. So we practice incarnation in curiosity. When you are young, you're curious about everything. Mostly everything outside of you, but everything. And some, with age, lose curiosity. But don't worry. As you age, and as you feel symptoms you can't explain, don't worry. That curiosity comes right back. You want to know what the hell is going on with your body with time. Yeah. Curiosity out of fear, curiosity out of love. Your curiosity for your body will come back with time. I just find it funny to mention. All right, next step. We did 15 minutes of curiosity. That's good. Next step is gratitude towards the body. Actually, let's expand. Yeah. Gratitude towards life in every aspect. I know it's difficult when life has been hard. Yeah. Because the trials, the unresolved suffering, the current situations could make you feel that life was hard on you, or that it still is. Maybe your environment was hard on you. Maybe you are hard on you. Maybe it comes from there. But life is not hard on you. Life simply happens. You know, sometimes we blame life. If you have suicidal thoughts sometimes, or pre-suicidal thoughts, which is disinterest. Like, what's the point of being alive anyway? Why are we here anyway? Well, I mean, the curiosity about it is okay. But sometimes you ask yourself, what's the point of being alive? Somewhat suggesting maybe you should not. That's pre-suicidal thoughts. That's something, if you don't take care of it, it will grow into literally negative thinking. This is because we blame life for what other people did to us, for what we did to ourselves. Life is not to blame. It's like blaming God for all the bad things that the church did when it raided villages, and more recently when priests were raping children or abusing children, for example. Most priests never did that, the great majority, but some did. And then you'll blame God. Like, I can't accept a God that allows his priests to rape children. Such a big misunderstanding. God has nothing to do with that. It's humans that did things. Some of them were carpenters. Some of them were cooks. Some of them were priests. Whatever their jobs. Pedophiles who can't control themselves. It happens. And justice must deal with that promptly, as soon as possible. And good quality rehabilitation has to be provided to the children. But it has nothing to do with God. Do you understand what I mean? It has to do with humans. So, blaming life is like blaming God. Life never did anything bad to you. Life happens. Life is a karmic function, a series of causality. And life feels amazement. If life was an entity, which is not, it's looking at you with amazement. Like, wow, this is so cool. Yeah, right. But it's not an entity, so it's not like if someone was feeling that for you, but life is in a state of amazement. Finds it amazing what you're going through. It's wonderful. But since we lack responsibility, basically, we don't have the feeling of responsibility. I am responsible for most of the shit I had to go through. And the environment, the people, the socioeconomic reality of my country, the neighbors, humans, basically, are responsible for a bit of what happened to me. But mostly it's our own attitude. Okay? So blaming life for our suffering is a lack of responsibility. Life just wants to happen with you. It wants to happen through you. And it is amazed at all of this. Blaming life is immature. But it's a habit. Yeah, life is hard. Life is long. Nah, it's not true. There is suffering. It's the first rule of Buddhism to accept there is suffering. If you accept it, if you accept that simple fact, you might start to work on it and stop blaming life. Okay? So it's about recuperating our power, recuperating our sense of responsibility. Let's contemplate gratitude towards life. Now that we know intellectually that it's not life's fault, life is amazing causality. Life in your body, life as the events that happen. Let's be grateful towards life. Still curious about the body's experience, grateful towards life. Yeah. You don't have to explode in gratitude. You don't have to be blissful about it. It can be a simple, soft gratitude, just latent there. Just be grateful about life. Desirous to be responsible, emotionally at least, and stop blaming life for the difficulties. Actually, stop blaming yourself too, or others. There are difficulties. How do we resolve it? Rishnaya, study the way of the holy path. Well, that was redundant. The way of the holy path is a recursive, redundant repetition. Let's not do this. It's pleonasmic again. Curious about a body, grateful towards life, and responsible. Yeah, I want to take care of it. We know that when we don't take responsibility for ourselves, for what happens to us, subconsciously we'll start blaming something or someone. If we are not responsible, we'll think, well, there is suffering, and it's not my fault, it has to be someone else's fault. we will subconsciously blame something and someone. And eventually we will blame life itself for something it did not do. It just happens. Were you ever blamed for something you did not do? Did it ever happen to you? How did it feel? Was it right? Was it comfortable? Nah. Maybe it hurt your pride. Well, if you don't like being blamed for something you didn't do, don't blame others, even for something they did. Don't blame. If you have proof and if it's an objective fact, you can point it out. You can indicate to someone else. I hope you realize that you did this. This is a consequence. Just so you take responsibility. But even then, blame as getting angry at the other. If you lost something, privilege, resource, money, if you lost something because of the action of someone else, be responsible to mourn what you've lost. In the name of justice, do what you can to correct the situation. And in the name of prudence, compassion, make sure that the other understands their responsibility. But that's not blame. That's a desire for everyone to grow. And if the other doesn't want to grow, then all that remains is justice. So apply it, of course. But don't blame. Ever. It's useless. If you don't like being blamed for something you didn't do, you probably don't like being blamed for even something you did. You would prefer others to be understanding towards you, right? Take your responsibilities and don't blame life. Life flows. And as a universal concept, it is amazed at what's happening. It's wow. So, yeah. That was my 15 minutes on how to be grateful towards life, even if you don't feel like it. Yeah, 9 seconds. 5 seconds. Yeah, grateful towards life. I'm counting 15 minutes for real. We don't have to be so fixed. It's just fun that it happens that way. Okay. So we took the time to practice curiosity and gratitude towards life in a responsible way. And of course, we've explained, many reasons why we would hate life, even though life is not to blame. It's probably ourselves. And for that, we invoked a sense of responsibility. The third step of this practice is responsibility. We're not going to do 15 minutes of that. We're just going to contemplate the idea. You know, when you look at something and you feel, ah, I don't want to take care of it. Let's say something broke and has to be repaired. Oh, I don't want to take care of it. Some of these things you will just let broken. I mean, a few little insignificant things, you can just get rid of it or not care of it. It's if it's a hole in your roof and water comes into your house structure, now, that is bad. That has dramatic consequences. Water infiltrating a house structure, it's dramatic. It can ruin the house in 1 year. You have to take care of it. So there's different levels of drama, of responsible things you have to be responsible of. So that feeling, oh, I don't want to take care of it. You'll have these feelings towards your body. Regarding exercise, talking to me now. Am I giving this class for me? I'm giving the class for everyone. But yeah, I do exercise, but I know it's below what I need to maintain my health. Yeah. So I do share that experience with you. I don't want to take care of it. Oh, you know I do my dishes. Oh, yeah. I just don't want to be known for the master of doing dishes. It was just an example. It was just a metaphor. But it applies again here. So, folding my clothing. I'll choose a different example. I don't want to take care of it. Cleaning up my clothing. Yeah, it's like that. So, doing exercise is one of those. I just don't want, no, I don't feel like it. But I've learned that if I don't do it, it's going to be worse. Exercise. Meditation. Oh my God. After 30 years of meditation, something like that, the taste for meditation went away. My taste for prayer remained. Yeah, my taste for contemplation remained. Oh yeah. Emotional integration. Yeah. I would do Visantara here and there. But simple meditation, I will start a process in the last year. And I have time. I'm isolated, like fucking isolated, right? I have so much availability. Okay, let's do meditative process. Last month I did 4 days in a row. The 5th day, I just didn't think about it. Forgot. I didn't care. I had things to do. I was busy also the entire day. But I could have done it in the evening. I just went to bed. I know meditation is good for me. It's 10 minutes. It's 5 minutes. Because I know when I start with just 5 minutes, when I say, okay, I'm just going to do 5, then I'm happy with my 20 minutes, with my half hour. It's easy. Oh my God, here he goes again. It's like doing the dishes. Just start and, oh my God, I'm over. Wow. Meditation is the same. Doing exercise is the same. The quality of food I eat is the same. I'm doing somewhat well on that level. Nonetheless, that feeling when you end up with the phrase, I don't want to take care of it, that basically is irresponsibility. So let's contemplate whenever I don't take care of something that through wisdom and prudence, I know I have to take care of it. Let's contemplate responsibility and let's feel irresponsibility. Let's grab the feeling of what is irresponsible. We do it with our health and the cleanliness of our environment. We do it with our emotions. We do it with our thoughts and our emotions. This feeling, I don't care. I don't want to take care of it. When we allow our emotions to pile up, when we allow our mind to be negative, pessimistic, we allow ourselves to accumulate trash inside on different planes. Contemplate this feeling of laziness. I don't want to take care of it. I don't care. This will lead us to blame others. It will have consequence on our physical health, on our emotional and mental health. We will end up being frustrated at everything, disappointed, possibly heartbroken, because of this feeling, I don't want to take care of it. We have it at many levels. Feel it. It's a feeling. It's an attitude. Grasp it. Discover it. Taste it. Get used to it. It is a denial. It is the outcome of ignorance. Discover it. Get acquainted to it. Irresponsibility is a feeling that results of ignorance. Integrate it. Get used to the flavor. It's a poison. You'll even feel the liver have a specific reaction to it in the body. Maybe the kidneys a bit. The liver and the kidney is the organs. If they feel, I don't want to take care of it, it allows the accumulation of toxins in the body. If these two organs don't want to take care of it, trash remain in the body. The lungs could do this with air also. Anyway, that feeling of ignorance, just denial. Don't clean up on other planes. Don't take care of yourself. That doesn't matter. Of course, It will make you ungrateful if you don't take care of it when it's just ignorance. It will become ungrateful, not gratitude, which becomes greed. And that greed will impact hatred. You'll hate yourself for all the suffering you have because you're ungrateful or greedy. But it all started with you, ignorant, not wanting to clean up, not wanting to take care of it. So these are the dynamics of the poisons in the body. Ignorance, not wanting to take care of it. And responsibility has a solution. Before that, we did gratitude towards life, so that instead of being greedy, we would be grateful. Before that, we did curiosity, and finding life wonderful, finding it wonderful. But curiosity before that, about the body, to listen to it, was not really related to hatred. It was more about starting the process. So let's do all those three things now. Curious about the body, wanting to listen. Grateful towards life, and wanting to be responsible of the dynamics of life and body. My life, what happens, and the body. And the body's life functions, all of this together. Life as events, and life as a process in the body. It's two things. And a responsible desire to take care of it. Whatever that means. I will take care of it. It's an attitude, all of this. It's an attitude that you know what is good for you the more you advance. And be responsible. It will hurt if you don't take care of yourself. Physically, emotionally, and mentally. Don't let the poisons of existence ruin you. Be curious still. Pay attention. Have this desire to know what is going on. And be grateful towards life. Take responsibility for what you experience. I'm the one in charge. Whenever you can't find why are you suffering, and what is the secret behind that wall, you simply have to trust yourself. Keep working on it. There's a mystery you have not yet uncovered, and you will discover it. Keep practicing. Trust yourself. All right. I hope that long contemplation will help you, will motivate you in this desire to take care of yourself, to be open to yourself, and Keep focusing on what is best for you. Yeah. All of this process is about self-love, you know. If you still have the attitude, you can't blame life, you can only blame yourself. Even that lacks compassion. Don't even blame yourself. Be responsible. Clean up inside. Do the work. It can be peaceful and patient. It doesn't need to be hard work every day. Do long, soft integrations if deep Visantara is too hard. But take care of it. You'll feel so much better just taking care of it. And the day that you will get old and tired and have little concentration, hopefully by then you will have cultivated enough reflexes in your subconscious to have this subconscious process of, yeah, we listen. Yeah, we feel. So the integration just naturally happens constantly. And one day you will sink into death, embracing it. What is that flavor? What is that new experience? I'll take care of it. I'll even take care of death the day it comes. And I still won't blame life or myself. I'm curious. I'm curious about my body's language. Do not hurry towards this experience of death, but cultivate curiosity so that when it happens, you'll be curious. You'll be listening. You'll be grateful. And you'll take care of it. Yeah. Until then, do it with life. It's amazing. It's wonderful. All right. See you on Friday.